Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Zid, and in the previous videos guys, I've been talking about the federal and provincial express entry stream. So guys, what if there's another way to immigrate to Canada other than the express entry stream? Well, good news guys, because there is, and it's called the AIPP or Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. So in this program guys, you don't need a CRS score, and to me it's the easiest way to come to Canada as a permanent resident. Let's understand this program together. So today I will show you guys the exact steps that you need to take in order to get a permanent resident visa under the AIPP. But before that, let's talk about the highlights of this new pilot program so that you guys understand what this program is all about. Number one guys, there is no point system for AIPP as this is an entirely different system, so no worries about CRS score. So if you guys have a really low CRS score, then this program is a great relief for you because you are not invited based on CRS score. Second, this program has been extended until December 2021, and who knows, it could be extended even further. Third, this program accepts really low IELTS score as low as CLB4, so that means speaking 4, writing 4, listening 4.5, and reading 3.5. Fourth, this program accepts lower education level as low as a high school graduate. Fifth, this program accepts very low proof of funds as low as $3,000 for a single person. Sixth, this program guys requires skill type not only 0, A, and B, but also skill type C. So whether you are a nurse, a doctor, an engineer, an accountant, a programmer, a chef, a truck driver, a butcher, a food server, you guys are eligible as far as the skill type requirement is concerned. Before we move on guys, please consider subscribing to my channel, hit the bell, hit the thumbs up. I really appreciate all of the support. Seventh guys, you will arrive in Canada not just yourself but your entire family, and not as a work permit but as a permanent resident. Eighth, you guys don't need to worry about a place to live when you arrive in Canada because a settlement plan provider will help you throughout the process. So once you arrive in Canada, you have already an accommodation and everything is settled. Ninth, in this program, not only you will get a job, but also a permanent resident status. 10th, employers don't need a positive LMIA in order to hire you. If you don't know guys what LMIA is, let me explain. So guys, before an employer can hire you as a foreign worker, they must provide a document which proves that no other Canadian worker can do the job except you, and that hiring you won't negatively impact the Canadian labor market. And that document guys is called the LMIA or Labor Market Impact Assessment. So with AIPP guys, employer don't need to undergo this process and can hire you right there and then. So those are the advantages guys of applying through the AIPP, and I myself, I'm really amazed that there's another way to immigrate to Canada other than the express entry, and this gives a lot of hope for people who have really low CRS score and low IELTS score. Now let's move on guys to the steps that you need to take in order for you to get a Canadian permanent resident under the AIPP. Step 1, obtain your IELTS report. So guys, you can take your IELTS exam through British Council or IDP, and you can score as low as CLB4, which is a really low IELTS score requirement. Alright guys, so I just want to make a quick demo on how you can get an IELTS report. So on this page right here, go to ielts.britishcouncil.org, scroll further down and click your country, let's say Philippines, and then click on continue. And then on the left hand side guys, click on the register link, scroll further down and select no and click next, and then change the test module from academic to general, and then select a test date from the list and click on register online button. Step 2, obtain your ECA report. So guys, you can have your credentials assessed by an assessing body such as WES, and the AIPP program guys actually accepts credential as low as a high school diploma. Just a quick demo again guys on how you can get an ECA report. So go to wes.org and on here click on get started, and then scroll further down and click on apply now button. and then select Canada from the choices, and then select ECA application for IRCC. Fill out all the required information and finally click on the Create Account button. Third, find a designated employer that will give you a job offer. Well, good news guys, because there's a lot of designated employers currently hiring right now, and I'm gonna show you guys right now. Alright guys, so let's start off with New Brunswick. So this link right here, livinginNB.ca, is golden guys, because I've heard a lot of people who have already gotten their job offers through signing up with these events, and I've also heard that a lot of people outside of Canada have already been able to get a job offer and a permanent resident visa and have already landed in Canada. So always check this link guys, and make sure that you do it as soon as possible. So the next one will be on September 28th in Montreal, and then the rest will be listed right here. So for example, you are from Mexico, and the next available event will be on October 22nd. So in order to get a job offer from this portal, simply click on the sign up button right next to it. So for this particular session guys, they are looking for the following occupations. So for example, landscape and horticulture technicians and specialists, general farm workers, fish and seafood plant workers, laborers in food and beverage, and also laborers in processing, manufacturing, and utilities. So if your occupation is in the list, then click on the click here to register link. And then register on this session guys by completely filling out the required information such as your first name, your last name, your email, and guys, completely fill out the form in order to register for this session. Alright guys, so let's just go back to this page. So the interview guys is actually done through an online Skype or face-to-face. So for example guys, if you are in Manila, Philippines, the next session is going to be on October 26th. So one very important tip guys is that make sure that your IELTS report and your ECA report are ready, because employers are giving higher priority for those candidates who have their IELTS and ECA report ready with them. So just a very important tip for you guys. Again guys, I just want to repeat that a lot of candidates has already gotten their job offers through attending these sessions, and most of them has already landed in Canada. So I cannot really stress the importance of registering through this portal right here. It's livinginNB.ca. Now let's move on guys to finding a designated employer from Nova Scotia. So this link right here guys, which you can also find in the description box below, lists all of the designated employers in Nova Scotia under the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. So guys, not all of these employers right here is currently hiring, so I'm going to share with you some tips to find out which employers are actually hiring right now. So what you can do guys is go to indeed.ca and then type in the job you're looking for, say registered nurse, and then change the location to Nova Scotia, and then click on the find jobs button. And then it will show you all the lists of employers who are looking for registered nurses right now. So for example, if we select this employer here, Mountain Lee Lodge, copy, and then go back to the designated employer and paste it here, and as you can see, this employer Mountain Lee Lodge is actually currently hiring right now as a designated employer. So if you guys apply for this job here, which is registered nurse from Mountain Lee Lodge, and actually got a job offer, not only you guys will get a job offer, but also an opportunity to become a permanent resident through the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. Now let's move on guys to the third province, which is the Prince Edward Island. So if you go to this link right here, which you can also find in the description box below, you will see the list of designated employers in Prince Edward Island. Now guys, this list does not indicate that these employers are hiring. So again guys, to find out whether this employer is hiring or not, simply go back to indeed.ca and then type in the job you're looking for. So for example, let's say electrical engineer, and then type in the location as Prince Edward Island, and then click on the find jobs button. So similar with what we did for Nova Scotia, guys, to find out whether the employer is a designated employer of Prince Edward Island, simply copy the employer name, and let's take a look at the other page, which is the Prince Edward Island designated employers list page, and then Control F, find. So as you can see here, guys, that this employer, Aspin Camp and Associates Incorporated, is a designated employer of Prince Edward Island. Once again, guys, if you get a job offer from this company, Aspin Camp and Associates, which is a designated employer of Prince Edward Island, then not only will you get a job offer, but also an opportunity to get a permanent residence under the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. Finally, guys, let's find a designated employer who is currently hiring right now from the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. So guys, if you go to this link right here, which you can also find in the description box below, this page actually lists all of the designated employers from Newfoundland and Labrador. And guys, to find out whether a certain employer is actually hiring right now, you guys know what to do, and that is go to indeed.ca and type in the job you're looking for. Let's say we're looking for a chef, and then type in the province, which is Newfoundland, and Labrador, and click on the find jobs button. So guys, just like what we did before, to find out whether an employer is a designated employer of the Newfoundland and Labrador province, just simply copy the employer name. Let's say for example here, Yellow Belly Brewery, copy, and then go back to the designated employers page, and this time paste it right on the box right here, Control V, and as you can see, this employer, Yellow Belly Brewery Limited, is actually a designated employer currently hiring right now. So guys, just make sure that you're applying for a job from a designated employer currently hiring right now in order to qualify for the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program.
Step 4. Once you accept a job offer, your employer, guys, will endorse you to a settlement service provider to develop the settlement plan.
So for example, guys, if you've been endorsed to a settlement service provider named for example Next Stop Canada, all you have to do is go to their website, which is nextstopcanada.ca, and then register and also upload your employment contract. So let's go ahead and click on the register button. Now guys, fill out the form by putting in your first name, your last name, your email, your phone number, and right underneath you will see a text that says, "I am applying under the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program." Go ahead and click on the checkbox, and then click next, and then continue, guys, to complete the registration form. Now listen to this very carefully, guys, as this is very, very important. So once you're registered, your service provider will be able to provide you your settlement plan, and then once you get your plan, immediately submit your plan to your employer, and then the employer will send the settlement plan with their endorsement application to the province. And once approved, you will get a certificate of endorsement. So our goal here, guys, is to be able to obtain a certificate of endorsement, because this is actually a requirement in order for you to apply for permanent residence under the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program.
Step 5. Once you get your certificate of endorsement, you can proceed applying for permanent residence under the AIPP.
Now guys, depending on your profile, there are 3 programs under the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program that you can apply under. Let's take a look at each of them. So guys, if you go to this link right here, which you can also find in the description box below,
This page actually shows the 3 programs. So first, the Atlantic International Graduate Program, followed by the Atlantic High Skilled Program, and then the Atlantic Intermediate Skilled Program. Now this program, guys, the Intermediate Skilled Program, is actually for those jobs that fall under NOC code type C, and then the High Skilled Program, guys, is for those who have occupations that fall under NOC code type 0, A, and B. So in general, you must have worked in a management, professional, or technical job for at least 1 year. Your educational credential assessment must be at least a Canadian high school diploma. Your language CLB level must be at least CLB level 4, which is a really low requirement, guys. And then you should be able to show you can support yourself and your family when you come to Canada. So for example, guys, you are a teacher, so your NOC code falls under skill type A. Now, in order to apply for permanent residence under the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, just go to this link right here, guys, which you can also find in the description box below, and then click on the High Skilled Workers link. So this page, guys, will actually tell you the checklist and the forms that you need to submit along with your application. So if you click on this link right here, which is the document checklist, let's take a look what's inside. So yeah, here are the forms that you need to submit, such as the IMM 0008, IMM 5669, IMM 5650, and so on and so forth. And then down below, these are the documents that you need to submit, such as the travel documents and passports, your confirmation of provincial endorsements, which I was discussing to you guys a while ago, which is very important, and then your IELTS report, your ECA report, and so on and so forth. And since this, guys, is a paper-based application, then you have to submit your application package to this address, which is Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, Centralized Intake Office, PO Box 8900, Sydney, Nova Scotia, B1P 0H1, Canada.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to write down in the comment section down below. If you guys haven't watched my previous videos about express entry, you can try going through these videos right here, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Good luck.